Hey guys, it's Nutter Alex, and I'm here with leveling guide. So today we're going to talk about leveling 1 to 60 and some beginner tips that go with it. So this guide will be mainly for new players, but some further players might get something out of it. So first we're going to have Fief Quest. The game doesn't really explain this throughout the tutorial, so I will explain it now. Basically, you get some honor. Honor is used to unlock troops. You get guild experience or house experience, so that levels up your house, and prestige. So prestige is used for your house to declare war on cities. You also get this building material, so that will increase the level of your city. All right, so once you're in a house, this is kind of later, you're in a house, you're trying to build up your house to make it stronger, and these are the things you can do. You also get good honor for it. All right, so you also get these boxes, which are unit kits, so you don't have to pay bronze. Sometimes you get purple ones with the blue ones, but I got squire kits. All right, so those are very helpful as well, so you don't have to waste your bronze. Next thing we're going to talk about is units. Right now, there isn't much for you to get, but there are serfs. So serfs are terrible in combat, but if we go to their bonuses, they get a lot of labor. So labor is used to collect resources on the open map. That first perk I was showing increases your labor. And as you go up that bottom tree, you can get more labor for them. So you get, those are just kind of whatever bonuses. The soldiers help in labor, but it's mainly that one you want to get to. So level 7 is the level you want. You want 5 serfs at level 7. That will make sure you get the most when you collect resources. So I said that no unit is really worth going for in the beginning, and that's kind of true, but these pike militia are very strong. These are the first units you should really get and level up. So they just basically get damage bonuses through this line, the middle line, but this is very strong. So this basically doubles their damage. They're allowed to attack one more person with one attack, right? So that's very strong, and also bracing will stun units. So these are only 2-star. They're very cheap. They're very easy to get, and they're actually very good. These militia also, when they're bracing, eat alive cav units. So any cav unit will die going. So nothing in the chivalric tree is nothing spectacular, basically. Basically get whatever you think sounds cool other than the militia. I went with the javelins. The guns might be okay. I don't have them unlocked. These guns here, not too sure. But another one you could get is your cav. So you get your cav units, the first cav units at this. The Couteliers. They are, I think, the better cav out of all the beginning cav. They have a very strong charge. And spear militia aren't bad to have either. They just create a wall, which is all you need them for, and they help with rebel camps a lot. So they're not a bad beginning unit to actually level up. Everything else with these beginning units is just preference. Go with what you like, and that's it. So let's get into the leveling part of this guide. So 1 to 30 is mainly just to enjoy the game. Have fun with it. The first 10 levels or so are the tutorial, so get through that. It gives you the basics of the combat, that kind of stuff. Then once you finish that, you're pushed into the world. So you get into this big open world where people are running around the city. It's going to tell you to go into the city. Go into the city, and from here on in, it kind of is still a tutorial, but it's teaching you stuff like crafting and how to make units and stuff like that. It's not much about the combat anymore. Do quests as they pop up. There's not a ton of them, but there are some to complete. But from this period on, just enjoy the game. Play whatever makes you happy. So there are 3 different game modes, basically, of the core of it. One's AI battles. AI battles are just 5 players against the computer. This is actually how you grind. This is the grind of the game if you want to grind. There's field battles, which are similar to AI battles, but now you're playing other players, okay? So it's still the same map, still the same objectives, but you're playing against players. And then there's Siege mode, and this is like the favorite of player base basically. It's 15 on 15 basically, and it's a big siege battle. These last longer than field battles, and they're more intense. Sieges are also an effective way to grind. You can play them to grind. You just have to do it a little bit more intelligently. One thing I've heard from brand new players that wasn't a problem for me. So when I started, the game basically just came out. It was a few weeks after, but there was still a lot of players around my level. And some new players that I've talked to have said that it's hard to get into matches. So maybe if this is a problem right now, avoid sieges. Maybe try doing field battles because you need less people to do a field battle. It might keep the queue going a little bit better. And I know sieges when I started were a little intimidating. So at this level, just do what you like. I would suggest playing actual PvP against people since this is a PvP centered game. And nothing really at this level has consequences. So really it's about learning mechanics, playing other people, see how you do. But that's really it from 1 to 30. Just have fun with it, learn the game, learn the mechanics, and just have fun. Nothing at this level has consequences. So you can unlock whatever troops you want. It doesn't matter. You can just play the game as you want. And now the guide is going to go from level 30 to level 60. So earlier I mentioned that in the beginning levels it might be hard to find games, and this is because of matchmaking. Now matchmaking isn't the best in this game. From 1 to 30 you will only be matched with people that are level 1 to 30. And because this game has kind of passed its release, there's not that many new players apparently playing the game. That's why I mentioned that some newer players are having trouble getting into games. Now, once you pass level 30 and you're level 31, you can be matched with anyone, basically. The game does try to keep you in your own level bracket, but it will match you with higher tier players if there are not enough people your level queuing for that match. So that's why I said have fun with it before, and this is when you kind of get more serious. I would say this is definitely when you're entering the middle game, the mid game, and you kind of have to think about your troops. I'm going to quickly talk about what kind of troops you should get in this bracket. Usually you don't get the higher tier troops till I was level 50, you might be a little bit more, but you won't get your first silver era unit until you're closer to level 60. Okay, so this is the unit tree. Right now we have all the melee infantry. The palace guards are okay to go for in the silver era. Not really what you're looking for first in the silver era. You're looking for ranged first. You want ranged first because A, ranged is very strong right now, and B, they die less, so you ultimately have to pay less bronze for them. And there are two archers that are good to go for in the silver era. The first one are the mercenary fire archers. I don't have them personally, but people say they're very good. Also, there are the prefecture archers, and these are the units I went for. They're very good. Ultimately, I think fire archers kill people better, players. I think, and the prefecture archers are better at just killing units. Overall, people say the fire archers are better. I have the prefecture. They do just fine as well. You could also go for guns. I don't use guns personally, but they're definitely very strong, so not a bad choice. Only thing about guns, though, they are a little bit more expensive than the archers. So that's what you need to know about units in this level bracket. So you're going to get some of these units at around level 50. You really want to choose which one you want to go for and go up the tree so you don't waste as much honor. This is when the game becomes a little bit more of a grind as well, as these units are much better, but they're also much more expensive. Last thing I want to talk about is gear. So just quickly, you want to craft gear as quickly as possible. Even this green stuff, you're going to notice a difference. Don't try to save your mats, just build this gear when you can. The endgame gear is extremely hard to come by. I'm almost level 110 and I still haven't seen any of it. I could kind of afford some pieces of it. I just can't afford it all. So I'm still using this green gear. You can craft it at level 30 and you will notice a difference. And lastly in this bracket, I'm going to talk about how to grind. So when you hit level 30, as mentioned before, matchmaking, you're going to be matched with people that are way higher level than you. This means you're going to get shit on. You don't have enough attributes to do damage, and your units are not good. And almost everyone is going to be bringing higher level units, and they're going to be leveled up. So right now, since you started the game 1 to 30, hopefully you were PvPing a lot, just learning the game. Now it's the grind, and AI battles are the best grind in the game. This is because you will always win them. You will never lose in AI. So if you do it by time, you're going to earn more bronze, more experience, and more everything than you would doing Siege. So since you are only matched with higher level people, it's time to do the grind. So you should be working for that silver era unit and just buckle down until you're 60. I know sometimes you're going to probably want to play Siege, but you should really stick to AIs or else you're just going to hinder yourself in the long run. Around this time, too, houses will start to take you a little bit more seriously, we'll say. You have a better feel of the game yourself, and you probably, in this area, you want to be starting to know the houses in your region. Figure out what they're doing, where they are, maybe you reach out to some of them. I would just find somewhere you feel at home during this time, too. Don't rush into getting a house, it's not that important. It's important you just keep on doing AIs going for that level 60. That's all I can really say about 1 to 60 though. Just to quickly summarize, from 1 to 30 is tutorial, have fun with the game. And then once you hit level 30, you kind of want to start to think about what units you want in the silver era, and you want to kind of start maybe finding your guild. As I said, around level 50, you will get your silver unit. This will make you much stronger in sieges against other players. So this is when you can start to branch out. Maybe level 50, you get your first silver unit, you get another one, and you level them up a bit, and suddenly you're level 60 and you're on a competitive level with almost everyone. Also at level 60, you cap out on your attributes, so that gives you extra damage or armor health. Basically just stats for your character. So that's the end of the video, guys. Like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. I will start uploading one video like this, like guides for Conqueror's Blade, once per week. And I think maybe sprinkled in, I'll have gameplay videos if I get good clips. But that's it, guys. Have a nice day.